Hey guys, and welcome to another day of Select Topics. Hope everything's going well and you're getting your assignments turned in. Just make sure you continue working and encourage your classmates. All right, so today's work, we're going to go back to percentages. I'm working on a project for you guys, and it's going to deal with some percentages and discounts and different things like that. So I just wanted to refresh our memory on percentages and stuff. So that's what we're going to do on this one. All right, so questions 1 through 5 are all the same. And then we jump into questions 6 through 10 are all the same. And then finally, questions 11 through 15 are all the same. So if you want to kind of split it off that way, that might help. So percentages, I know I've taught this to you before, but I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. So maybe this will make more sense, hopefully. Okay, so the basic way we're going to look at this, I'm going to jump down here for a second, is we're going to set up ratios, which means two fractions that equal each other. So basically it's going to look like this. You're going to have your percent over 100, because all percents are out of 100, equals a number over a number. This is your part, and this is your whole. Okay? All right, and then to be able to solve any of these problems, all you're going to do is you will cross multiply, and then you divide, and then you solve. Okay? So that's all you have to do on these. I'm going to give you some hints. Okay? All right, this would be really helpful for you. So numbers 1 through 5, your ratios are going to look like this. You're going to have, it's going to give you the percent over 100. Your x is going to be on top, and then they're going to give you your whole number here. So they'll say something like, if you look at number 1, it says 93% of 143. So the percent is there of, and then your total is 193, so that's going to be your whole number there. So every single problem 1 through 5 is going to be set up that way. Problems 6 through 10 are going to be different. They're going to give you the percent, so percent over 100, and this time they're going to give you the part, and you have to find the whole, right? So now you're going to be given the number on top, and your x is going to be on the bottom here. So let's look at number 6. 95% of what? So 95% of what big number is 18, which is your part. Okay? And then questions 11 through 15, you're finding the percent. So you're going to have x over 100 equals your part over your whole. So you'll be given these numbers. Okay? So what we're doing is here, that's what you're solving for. Here, that's what you're solving for. And here, that's what you're solving for. Okay, that might help you set everything up and make you more successful. Now, here's the other thing you have to do on this. Round to the nearest tenth. So 1 decimal place. All right, make sure you do that on these. Okay, I'm going to do 1 problem from each section, so that leaves you with 4 problems from each section to complete for your work for today. All right, so let's do number 1. So 93% of 145 is what? So we're going to do our percent, so 93 over 100. Let's make this bigger. Okay, equals some part out of 143. Okay, so when we do this, we're going to cross multiply. So I'm going to multiply here. Those are going to get multiplied. Let's do pink. And then here, these are going to get multiplied. Okay, so now it's going to be 100x equals, and then I'm going to just on my calculator, and you're probably going to need a calculator for this part. Your phone would be sufficient. You can download one of those apps I talked about before. It doesn't really matter. So 13299. It's a big number. That's okay. Okay. So we did step 1. We cross multiplied. Step 2 is to divide. You always divide by the number that's with the letter. Okay, so the number that's with the letter, the number that's with the letter. So these cancel. You're left with x equals, so 132.99 divided by 100. That just means you're moving your decimal point twice. So this ends up being 132.99. Now we said round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so my tenths is right here. Go next door, 5 or higher, add one more. Well, if I add 1 to 9, that leaves me to 10, which then is just going to bump this number up. So my x equals 133. So 93% of 143 means 133. So you can think of it like this. If you had a test, maybe a government test, a history test, one of those, I feel like those always have lots of questions. If you had a test that had 143 questions on it, and you got 133 of them correct, you would get a 93% on that test. That's what that's saying. Okay? So questions 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all set up exactly that way. All right? Okay, let's look at number 6. All right, so now what is 20%? Oh, I'm on 5. Duh. 6. 95% of what is 18? All right? So again, we're going to set this up our percent first. So 95 over 100. Now on this one, remember down here we said on questions 6 through 10, your unknown is going to be on the bottom, not the top. So we have 18 as our part, right? And we don't know what our whole is, right? So that means if we got 18 questions out of how many on a test would give me a 95%. That's essentially what we're finding. So again, like before, we're going to cross multiply. Okay, it does not matter which way you cross multiply first. So here, 95x equals 18 times 100 is just 1800. So then we would divide by, not 99, divide by 95. So then we have 1800 divided by 95. And that's going to give me x equals, now this is a big old long decimal. I only need 2 decimal places. I don't need to worry about anything else because I'm rounding to the nearest tenth. Go next door, 5 or higher, add one more, which it's not. It's only a 4. So then my answer is just going to be 18.9. Okay? So if we had 18.9 questions on the test and you got 18 of them correct, you would get a 95%. All right? Questions? Again, please ask me. All right, last set. Our last set is going to be numbers 11 through 15. So now we're finding the percent. Okay, we have the part, we have the whole, we just don't have the percent. So let's look at question number 11. So what percent, so x over 100. So what percent of 137? Now, over here, you're always going to do the bigger number on the bottom and the smaller number on top when you're doing your fraction over here. So 137 over 111. So what percent of 137 feet is 111 feet? Okay, so we're going to cross multiply. We're going to cross multiply. We got 137x equals 100 times 111. So 111, then add 2 zeros to that. We're going to divide each side by 137. And so sorry, I'm working this out on my calculator as I'm talking and trying to do everything. Okay. All right, so then this gives me x equals, x equals 81.02. Next door, 5 or higher, add one more, which it's not. So x equals 81. And I'm going to put a percent sign on this one because it's asking for what percent. Okay. All right, so hopefully you can do the other 4 in each section. Just follow those rules. Again, while you're working, maybe you want to leave the video right here and keep this up right here. These are your reminders, so that might be really helpful for you. And keep those and know that questions, 1 through 5 are x's on top. For questions 6 through 10 are x's on the bottom. And for questions 11 through 15, it's finding the percent. Okay? As always, guys, please ask me questions. I'm trying to work on finding you guys kind of like a project. I know we're kind of like just dipping here and there and everywhere. I apologize for that, but I'm still just trying to figure this all out. I don't think the coyote test is a possibility again. I don't foresee that being a possibility again. I don't know. So I'm working on that. So I'm not going to make us do a coyote review if that test isn't even going to be possible anymore. So we'll see what happens, guys. Hang tight. I'll let you know. But trying to come up with some sort of project or something for you guys next week. Let me know your thoughts. If you have questions, anything, I'd love to hear from you guys. I think you guys are like my only cast that I really haven't heard from. So please reach out, even if you're just saying hi. All right. I'll talk to you later, guys.